Welcome to the podcast series of Legacy of Giants channel. Get ready for a deep dive into the world of Lego. And trust me, there's a lot more to those colorful bricks than meets the eye. We're about to unpack a treasure trove of Lego facts and stories that'll have you seeing those childhood toys in a whole new light. For starters, did you know a single Lego brick can withstand the weight of 4 elephants? That's right, 4 tons of elephant can stand on one tiny brick and it won't even flinch. Talk about building something to last.
It's a testament to the precision engineering and quality control that Lego is known for. Each brick is designed to interlock perfectly with any other brick no matter when or where it was made. And that consistency over decades is really remarkable.
It's mind-blowing. And speaking of mind-blowing, did you know there are over 800 billion ways to combine just 6 8-stud bricks? That's more combinations than stars in the Milky Way. I guess you could say the possibilities are astronomical, literally. So we've got a stack of fascinating research and articles here all about the history, the business, and the cultural impact of Lego. Our mission: to unearth the most surprising and insightful nuggets from this mountain of Lego lore. Think of it as a crash course in everything Lego, from its humble beginnings to its global domination.
And what's particularly interesting is how Lego has navigated the ever-changing landscape of the toy industry, facing challenges and embracing opportunities with remarkable resilience.
Okay, let's dive in. Lego wasn't always the plastic empire we know and love. It started way back in 1932 with Olger Christensen, a carpenter in Denmark.
And get this, his first products weren't even interlocking bricks. He was making wooden toys, everything from ducks to yo-yos.
Wooden yo-yos. I bet those were a hit. But seriously, it's fascinating to think about Lego starting out in a small workshop, especially during the Great Depression.
Absolutely. Resourcefulness was key back then, and Christensen even faced a devastating fire in his workshop at one point.
Oh, that's right. I read about that. It seems like setbacks were just part of the Lego story from the beginning. So how did they go from wooden toys to the iconic plastic bricks we know today?
Well, that's where Christensen's son Gottfried comes into the picture. He saw the potential of plastic, which was a relatively new material at the time.
Plastic. The material that makes parents cringe when they step on it barefoot in the middle of the night. But I can see why Gottfried was drawn to it.
It offered durability, consistency, and the ability to create more complex and precise designs.
And that precision was crucial for their big breakthrough, right? The interlocking brick system.
Exactly. It wasn't until 1958 that they patented the iconic stud-and-tube coupling system. That's the ingenious mechanism that allows Lego bricks to connect so securely and be pulled apart without breaking.
Okay, pause for a second. For those who aren't Lego aficionados, can you break down that stud and tube thing? I mean, it sounds kind of technical.
Sure. Imagine a small tube inside each brick, and then those round studs on top. Each stud has a little clutch power that grips onto the tube of another brick. It's like a super strong handshake between the bricks, but one that's surprisingly easy to undo when you want to rebuild.
That makes so much more sense. It's such a simple yet brilliant design. It's no wonder it became so popular. But that popularity brought some unexpected challenges, didn't it? I'm talking about competition. Once Lego's patent expired, other companies jumped on the brick bandwagon.
That's right. Companies like Tyco and Megablock started making their own versions of interlocking bricks, and the battle for brick supremacy began.
It was a real-life brick fight. Were there any legal showdowns during this brick-eat-brick world?
Oh, absolutely. Lego fiercely defended its trademarks and designs. Some cases they won, some they lost, but the competition definitely kept them on their toes.
So how did Lego respond to these brick-battling rivals? Did they just try to out-brick them?
Well, they did more than just make more bricks. They realized they needed to differentiate themselves, and that's when things got really interesting. Instead of just selling bricks, they started selling experiences.
Ooh, like where this is going. Tell me more.
Think Lego Star Wars, Lego Harry Potter, Lego City. They created entire worlds and stories around their bricks, tapping into existing fandoms and popular themes.
That was a genius move. It wasn't just about
Right.
building anymore. It was about stepping into your favorite movie or book and creating your own adventures with Lego. And they didn't stop there. They went on to build Legoland theme parks, develop video games, and even produce their own movies. It's a whole Lego universe.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, what Lego did was build a brand that goes way beyond toys. It's a symbol of creativity, imagination, and problem solving that resonates with people of all ages. You see Lego being used in education, art, even engineering. It's truly become a cultural phenomenon.
It's amazing to think that it all started with a carpenter and his son, driven by a passion for creating toys that sparked the imagination. But hold on. Lego's journey wasn't all smooth sailing, was it? I remember reading about a time when the company faced some serious financial troubles.
Ah, yes. That's a fascinating chapter in Lego's story, and it's a testament to their ability to learn from mistakes and bounce back stronger than ever.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Hmm.
What went wrong? How did the Lego empire almost crumble?
Well, ironically, it was partly due to their own attempts at innovation. They tried to diversify too quickly, venturing into areas that strayed too far from their core strengths.
So they tried to be more than just bricks. What kind of ventures did they get into?
They dabbled in everything from clothing lines to theme park expansions to more complex and specialized Lego sets. The problem was many of these ventures were expensive and didn't resonate with consumers the way they had hoped.
So they lost sight of what made Lego well.
Exactly. They were trying to be everything to everyone instead of focusing on what they did best, inspiring creativity and imagination through those brilliant little bricks.
That makes sense. It's easy to get caught up in chasing the next big thing and lose track of your core values. But the good news is they recognized the problem and took action. How did they pull themselves back from the brink? What was their comeback strategy?
They did something that a lot of companies struggling to regain their footing could learn from. They went back to basics. They streamlined their product lines, cut costs, and refocused on the classic Lego brick and the core values of creativity and imagination.
So it was a combination of tightening their belts and reconnecting with their roots.
Precisely, and it worked. They also started listening more closely to their customers, especially the adult fans who had grown up with Lego and still had a passion for it.
That's so smart. They realized that Lego wasn't just for kids anymore.
Absolutely. Adults had become a huge part of their market, and they were eager for more sophisticated and challenging Lego experiences.
So Lego tapped into that nostalgia and adult fandom and started creating sets that appealed to a wider audience. It's like a real-life business school case study. They took up a misstep, learned from it, and came back stronger than ever.
It's a testament to the enduring power of the Lego brand and their willingness to adapt and evolve.
And that evolution led them to become a global giant, didn't it?
Yes, their global expansion is a fascinating story in itself. They had to adapt their products and marketing strategies to different cultures and markets all over the world. What works in Denmark might not necessarily work in Japan or the United States, so they had to carefully consider local preferences and cultural sensitivities.
It's like they had to learn the language of play in different parts of the world.
Exactly. But they managed to do it successfully, which is why Lego is now a beloved brand all over the globe.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here. We've gone from wooden toys to a global empire, talked patents and lawsuits, explored theme parks and video games. What's next in this Lego deep dive?
Well, we've talked about Lego's past, but what about their future? What does their legacy look like in the years to come? That's the big question, isn't it?
And a fascinating one. So, what are some of the biggest challenges and opportunities facing Lego as they continue to build their future?
One of the biggest challenges, as we discussed earlier, is sustainability. Consumers are increasingly concerned about the environmental impact of their purchases. And Lego, as a company that uses a lot of plastic, needs to be at the forefront of finding sustainable solutions.
Right, we touched on their goal to use renewable energy, and I know they're exploring alternative materials for their bricks. It sounds like they're taking it seriously.
They have to. It's not just about doing the right thing for the planet. It's also about staying relevant and competitive in a market where sustainability is becoming a key factor for consumers.
Makes sense. So sustainability is a big challenge, but what about opportunities? Where do you see Lego going in the future?
One area with huge potential is the continued integration of technology. We've already seen them do this with video games and interactive building instructions, but I think there's room for even more innovation.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Imagine Lego sets that incorporate augmented reality where you build a model and then see it come to life on your screen interacting with the virtual world.
Whoa, that would be so cool.
Or think about Lego sets that teach kids coding and robotics. They already have the Mindstorms line, but I think they could take it even further, creating even more sophisticated and engaging learning experiences.
Those are some awesome ideas. It sounds like the future of Lego is full of possibilities. But even with all this talk of technology in the future, let's not forget the simple joy of building. There's something timeless and satisfying about clicking those bricks together, creating something out of nothing.
Absolutely, and that's the magic of Lego. It's a system that can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. It's a toy that can spark a child's imagination and a tool that can help adults relax and de-stress.
And it all started with a carpenter in Denmark making wooden toys during the Great Depression. It's an incredible story of innovation, resilience, and the power of human creativity.
And it's a story that's still being written. Who knows what amazing things people will create with Lego in the future?
It's mind-boggling to think about all the possibilities.
It really is. And what's remarkable is how Lego has managed to transcend cultural and generational boundaries. It's a toy that's beloved by people all over the world, from kids just starting to explore their creativity to adults who have been building with Lego for decades.
It's like a universal language of play and imagination. And it's not just about fun, either. Lego's being used in schools, hospitals, and even therapy settings to help people learn, heal, and grow.
That's a testament to the versatility of the Lego system. It's not just a toy. It's a tool that can be used in countless ways to foster creativity, problem solving, and even social and emotional development.
Speaking of versatility, I've seen some mind-blowing Lego creations online, giant sculptures, intricate models, even working machines. It's amazing what people can do with those little bricks.
It really speaks to the power of that system of play Lego has created. Each brick is a building block, not just for physical structures, but for ideas, for stories, for solutions.
It's like that famous Lego slogan, "Only the imagination is the limit." And speaking of limits, let's talk about Lego's global reach. They've gone from a small Danish company to a multinational giant, and that journey must have come with its own set of challenges and opportunities.
Absolutely. Expanding globally meant understanding and adapting to different cultural nuances, play patterns, and even marketing preferences. What might resonate with kids in Europe might not have the same appeal in Asia or North America.
So how did Lego navigate those cultural differences?
They had to become students of culture, really. They invested in research, listened to local communities, and partnered with experts who understood the specific needs and preferences of different markets.
It's like they had to learn the language of play in different parts of the world.
Exactly. And that cultural sensitivity has been a key factor in their global success.
It's fascinating how a simple toy can have such a profound impact on people all over the world. Okay, before we wrap up this deep dive, I have one last question for you. If you could sum up the Lego phenomenon in just a few words, what would they be?
Imagination, innovation, and connection.
I love that. Lego sparks our imagination, it inspires us to innovate, and it connects us to each other through the shared joy of building.
And it reminds us that even the most complex and ambitious creations start with something small and simple, a single brick.
So there you have it. Lego, not just a toy, but a cultural phenomenon, an engineering marvel, and the company with a fascinating history.
A company that has not only stood the test of time, but continues to evolve and inspire.
And as Lego continues to innovate and push the boundaries of what's possible with those little bricks, we can't help but wonder, what amazing structures, stories, or even solutions will they help us build in the future? That's something for you to ponder until our next deep dive.
It's a question worth pondering, that's for sure. Lego has always been about more than just toys. It's about tapping into that innate human desire to create, to explore, to build something new.
Yeah, it's like Lego gives us permission to be kids again, to let our imaginations run wild. And in a world that often feels too serious and grown up, that's a pretty powerful thing.
I think you're right. There's something inherently joyful and optimistic about Lego. It's a reminder that even in the face of challenges, we can always create. We can always build. We can always imagine something better.
And that sense of possibility, that belief in the power of creativity, that's perhaps the most enduring legacy of Lego. It's a legacy that extends far beyond the bricks themselves.
It's a legacy that lives on in the hearts and minds of countless builders, dreamers, and innovators all over the world.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Lego, I wanted to leave you with one final thought. The next time you see a Lego brick, don't just see a toy. See a symbol of creativity, a testament to innovation, a reminder of the power of imagination, and most importantly, see the potential for something amazing to be built brick by brick, idea by idea, dream by dream. Thanks for joining us on this Lego-filled adventure. Until next time, keep building, keep dreaming, and keep those creative sparks flying.